Alright, so here we have another episode. This time I'll be playing the Geth Trooper. I took the Geth scanner because it's going to be a power build and I don't like being snuck up on. And on top of that, the being a Geth with a Geth scanner just seems appropriate. The Geth get bonuses to any Geth weapon that you get as well, so I'll be using the Plasma SMG with the power amplifier. For the powers themselves, I took the Flamer with range, damage, and increased damage to shields and barriers. The Flamer already gets a big bonus to armor anyway, and you can make it really good at punching through armor, or you can cover some of its weaknesses. I'm choosing to cover its weaker side. You can see the recharge on it is very short. I'm going to also be using Fortification, where I maxed out the damage protection, the power damage while it's active, and the damage protection again, which gives me 40% damage reduction on top of already a rather large shield pool, which is rather nice. You can also get the power speed penalty here, but the way that the powers work in the game is that it's a minus 50% to power recharge, which then applies to this bonus here, so, and everything's additive. So right now, with Fortification active, I'll be at plus 145% power recharge speed versus plus 175. I think this should be fine, and having the extra durability is going to come in handy. I was also saying the Geth Trooper has really high shields as well, which combined with Fortification is going to make me very durable. Which I'll need because Flamer requires that I be exposed and channeling on an enemy for an extended period of time. Some of the other powers I didn't go over. This one, health and shields, just like normal. Networked AI, power, and here I picked weapon damage and Geth weapon damage because I'm not going to be using sniper rifles or assault rifles, so this is a waste of a point. But this increased my weapon damage bonus from, it was 5% and 5%, so a 10% total, to a 25% total, which is a pretty substantial increase. So let's get this party started. See how this goes. I'm also immensely fond of Geth in general. The flavor of the Geth is pretty fun. The networked AI with sentience amplifying as the number of platforms in the area increases. The Geth squad mate was always my favorite. Also, you know, it's a bit late, but spoilers in case you haven't played the game. But if you haven't played the game, I think that's on you at this point. So you can see the Geth SMG actually has a ton of ammunition. I've never shot it before. Okay. It charges up to max fire speed pretty quickly, and it's pretty accurate. Forgot to turn on Fortification. That's not what I wanted. Just hiding behind the cover. You can also terminate flamers early. I can turn it off whenever I want and get it to reduce the cooldown proportionally, which is pretty handy. You can actually take advantage of that quite a bit. And you can see the bomber's health just getting ruined. The Flamer might be one of the strongest individual powers in the game. It causes you, or it forces you to expose yourself all the time. Expose yourself. But you can't play safe with the Flamer like you can with some of the other combos. You're always putting yourself at risk, but the reward is pretty substantial. Like, now that I'm getting the shield damage bonus as well as an armor damage bonus innately, I deal an incredible amount of damage. It's at least 3,000 damage over the 5 seconds to almost anything. I was not paying attention and fell behind. But it's alright. I was clearing out some enemies. That's my excuse. Just remember, as long as you've got a good justification, what you're doing isn't wrong. Or so I keep telling myself. Maybe I'll be right one day. But yeah, the Flamer build on the Vorcha and the Geth both get some Flamers, and there might be someone else who does, but the Vorcha and the Geth both come to mind. They are extremely powerful. As you can probably tell, anytime I turn on the flamethrower, whatever happens to be in front of me is just having a bad day. That's a problem though. No, Hunter, don't want what you're selling. The Geth also gets a faster shield recharge cooldown than most, which comes in pretty handy as well, considering they're almost all shield. Another thing that's worth noting, so it said it does 450 damage per second. It actually only does about 350 initial damage, and then they burn for an extra 100 over a couple seconds. And you can stack that over a couple seconds part up a few times by keeping the flamethrower trained on somebody, which is kind of what just happened against the one guy. I had burned him for a little bit, so even though he staggered me, the flame continued to burn him. You don't have to keep the flamethrower trained on somebody forever in order to actually finish them off. Alright, cool. And they finished off the prime already. We have an awakened collector here, and it looks like he's detonating his dark spheres, which is different than how I played the collector, but the dark sphere detonations are very powerful. And there you go. You saw just a quick burst of flame down the ramp. Took out 3 Geth Troopers. Like nothing. Flamers are extremely powerful. Although I cannot recommend enough getting the range upgrade for them. The having a 10-meter range just does not feel like enough to me. But being able to reach out that extra 5 meters is a lot more than it sounds like. And where's this one going? Same spot, I bet. Yep. And courtesy of having a lot of shields to begin with, combined with the fortification, you can see I'm able to take rockets to the face and stay standing. Whereas most classes, you take a rocket to the face and your shields are down immediately. Geth are pretty tough. Ah, god damn it, I'm fucking up. Alright. Why is it not hitting him? Yeah, I'm still not sure why some people just don't take damage from powers. Like, I was pointing the flamer at a hunter and engulfing his stupid body in fire, and nothing. Ah, that's right. I recently discovered that down here is actually a really good place to hold on this map. Also, because of the conical nature of the flamer, you kind of just kill everything in an area, which means the Prime, who normally gets a lot of his power by summoning crap, doesn't get anything against you. God, that thing gets some serious rate of fire going. Yeah, the detonation-focused Awakened Collector also deals enormous gobs of damage. It's a different build than I was using, but it is certainly more than capable of handling its own. The detonations from the Dark Sphere, I think, will also pop biotic explosions too. As though they didn't do enough on their own already. You can throw a Dark Sphere, throw a Dark Channel, and then blow up the Dark Sphere. And since Dark Channel hits instantly and the sphere travels slowly, you get plenty of time to prime and then detonate your own combos like that. I'm the better pyro. Yeah, one of the problems with where I was fighting on the other side of the okay. One of the problems with fighting on the other side of this little corridor here is that the walkways up top, the enemies can appear on those, and if they do that, you can sometimes find yourself in a bad way. You should be in my range, not that it's necessary. Let's stand over here. Objects. Fuck. I made poor choice. And that's the sprint carry I mentioned in one of the other builds. It makes a ton of noise and it's kind of irritating, but it does let you get objectives to the destination much more quickly. Is it a prime or something? Yeah, of course it's a prime. So the extraction point in here is always that little area that I'm looking at, which means, like I said before, you don't want to be on it exactly. You want to be, hey, Yerwa, I've actually played with him before. You don't want to be standing on that point exactly. you want to have the option of doing defense in depth, which requires that you have space to back up. Flamethrower oriented builds also work out particularly well if you have a Geth Juggernaut on your team, because the Juggernaut can hold the enemy's attention basically indefinitely, while you have all the time in the world to just train your Flamethrower on them. Buddy and I were doing that. He was a Juggernaut and I was a Geth Soldier, and he spec'd for maximum health and healing from his melee, and he would just stand in the middle of like 4 Banshees, you know, round them up for me, and then I would run in and light everything on fire. It is outstandingly effective. And there you have it, Flamethrower. So hope you enjoyed and have a good one.